Hello students, as we have started DNA profiling, we will continue with it and we will see three methods which included in DNA profiling. So what is meant by DNA profiling? DNA profiling is a forensic technique in criminal investigations, comparing criminal suspects profiles to DNA evidence so as to assess the likelihood of their involvement in the crime. So simply, DNA profiling is a forensic technique which is very useful in the criminal investigations by comparing criminal suspects profiles to DNA evidence which included in the crime. And it is very important for parenting testing to establish immigration eligibility and in genealogical and medical research. So simply, the DNA profiling is useful to identify the DNA match for parenting test, then immigration eligibility established, and genetical behavior can be checked, and also medical research is carried on. Here are the some steps which are included in the DNA profiling. So initially we have to collect the DNA sample. The DNA sample should be blood, semen, hair and so on, which is obtained at the crime place. So DNA sample, initially we have to extract this DNA sample. This is a DNA thread or the strand. This DNA strand can be cut into small threads or strands by using PCR, that is a polymerase chain reactions, with labeled primers. This color dot shows the primers. And here in the next PCR to STR conversion, after cutting the DNA strands, it will convert into small strands. Then these are labeled with the primers, and this labeled species is known as a labeled STRs. And third step is the electrophoresis. Here each and every thread is arranged in a particular manner, and there is a analysis occur on the electrophoresis technique. And on the readout device we can see the spectrum or a DNA profile like this. So for each colored dot there will be a separate peak. This diagram is showing the steps which are included in the DNA profiling. Now first point is our DNA extraction. Here we can take blood. So blood will be in the different forms like a liquid, clotted blood, blood stains, then dried blood stains and so on. So blood, which is in the form of a liquid blood, take initially about 5 ml of the whole liquid blood in a EDTA vial. Then second type is a blood clot. When blood is in the form of a clot, then take a small size of the blood. Then wet blood stain is there. If then we have to take a blood is taken on a sterile cotton swab and then dry it in the air and then sent to lab in a zip-locked polybags. Then when the blood is in the form of a dried stains, then take whole dried blood is sealed in zip-locked polybag. When there is a semen, then take dried semen or as well as wet semen can be collected. You can collect the hair root, saliva and salivary stains in a glass tube. Otherwise, body tissue cells can be taken in a clean sterile container. Then fingernails, if there, then fingernail scraping taken in a polybag. When post-mortem samples like muscles, spleen, bone marrows, organs, vascular pulp or tooth are taken in a clean sterile plastic tube without any preservatives. If delay is there, then freeze at -20°C. If not, then it will undergo decay. So Simply, we have to initially collect samples and then we can extract the DNA from this. So, take blood, semen, hairs, saliva, or the other body tissues or tooths and so on for the DNA extractions. After that, there are some methods for DNA fingerprinting or the DNA profiling for the forensic importance. So, here in this lecture, we are going to see only 3 methods. So, method applied in DNA fingerprinting. So, simply DNA fingerprinting is first developed by Alec Jeffrey, and he is a father of fingerprinting in world. So, first method is RFLP. So, RFLP method or the restriction fragments length polymorphism. This is the long form of this method. RFLP means restriction fragments length polymorphism. In this method, biological samples like blood, semen, tissues, muscles, bones, etc. are collected and then DNA is extracted with the help of standard phenol chloroform method, or maybe with the help of commercially available DNA extraction kits. So initially we have to take a sample in the form of either blood, tissues, muscles, bones, and then we have to extract DNA from it. So we can use a method standard phenol chloroform method or by using DNA extraction kits. The extracted DNA is mixed with a restriction enzyme which breaks the DNA into the smaller pieces. That means there is a cutting of DNA strands into the smaller segments. The fragmented DNA is run on a gel electrophoresis under the influence of electric field, and the smaller fragments move faster as compared to the larger fragments, and the distribution of DNA band pattern is transferred to a nylon sheet. By placing the sheet on the gel and soaking them overnight by a technique known as a southern blotting, and a radioactive DNA probe is prepared which binds with specific DNA sequences to produce a fluorescent image, and it is known as a hybridization. And this hybridized probe fragments are then visualized by using autoradiography technique, and the bands on the X-ray film appears corresponding to hybridized fragments, and this is the DNA fingerprint. As we know, DNA fingerprint is the unique identity of a human being. So first method is the REFLP method, that is a restriction fragments length polymorphism. So initially we have to take a sample in the form of blood, semen, tissue, muscle or bones. Then we have to extract this DNA by using standard phenol chloroform method or the DNA extraction kits. After extraction, this DNA is mixed with the restriction enzymes. That enzymes breaks the DNA into the smaller pieces, and the fragmented DNA is run on the gel electrophoresis when there is a electric field is present, and the smaller fragments moves very faster than the large ones. The distribution of DNA band pattern is transferred to the nylon sheet by placing the sheet on the gel and soaking them overnight by a technique which is known as a southern blotting, and the radioactive DNA probe is prepared which binds with the specific DNA sequences. It produces a fluorescent image, and this is known as a hybridization, and the hybridized probe fragments are then visualized on the autoradiography, and the bands are observed on the X-ray film which appears corresponding to the hybridized fragments, and this is known as a DNA fingerprint. So first method is RFLP. Now we will see the second method, VNTR or STR method. So VNTR and STR are methods, means here VNTR means variable number tandem repeats, which represents specific locations on a chromosome. in which tandem repeats of 9 to 80 or more bases repeated different number of times between individuals. So simply variation is there, and what varies? The number tandem repeats. So simply it represents the specific locations on a chromosome in which tandem repeats around 9 to 80 or more base pairs can repeat a different number of times. And these regions of DNA are readily analyzed by using the RFLP approach and a probe specific to a VNTR locus. The fragments are a little shorter than the RFLPs. Around 1 to 2 kilo base pairs are involved but are created through the exact same process. Means RFLP and the VNTR are produced by same process. Like initially there is a extraction of DNA by using the kits, and then the larger DNA can be converted into the small pieces. Unlike VNTRs, which analyzes mini satellites that have repeat sequences of 9 to 80 base pairs, and STRs use microsatellites which have repeat sequences of only 2 to 5 base pairs. Means VNTRs variable number tandem repeats, which includes around 9 to 80 base pairs, and the pairs are varying. And here in the STR, only 2 to 5 base pairs are included, and introducing the less is more philosophy to the world of DNA fingerprinting. This was a big step forward in forensic science, since the length of DNA fragment being analyzed in short enough to be amplified by polymerase chain reaction. And last method is the PCR method, that is a polymerase chain reaction, as we have used this method to convert the larger size DNA strands into the smaller ones. So PCR is done with the amount of recoverable DNA, and the smaller amount of DNA is amplified with the process of PCR, and it is like doing photocopy of a small DNA fragment, simply a photocopy of a small DNA fragments. And in this method the two strands of DNA are separated and allowed to regrow their own fragment under controlled temperature. Means two fragments or two strands of DNA grows on their own at a controlled temperature. And availability of raw material is oligonucleotide primers, deoxynucleotides, and catalysts like magnesium chloride. So this is the polymerase chain reaction method, here in which the small size DNA is included and smaller amount of DNA is amplified with the process of PCR, and it is like a photocopy of a small DNA fragment. In this method, two strands of DNA are involved. They are separated and allowed to regrow on their own fragments under the controlled temperature and availability of raw material and the catalyst. So this is the PCR. So all three methods we have seen: RFLP, VNTR,